Hey Pisces, welcome to my channel, welcome to my space. This is 𝑍odiac Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. In this particular reading, this is going to be regarding those of you who have experienced in the past or currently experiencing spirit or ghostly encounters. For those of you who have encountered even entities of the earth, the forest, the ocean, you know, underground, spirits of the air, passed on loved ones, okay, spirits of the Fae realm, for those of you who are into that, you know, or you have an understanding of that. This is not necessarily a message for anyone who's not open to that realm of spiritual entities, okay? Well, we're going to go ahead and tap into it, Pisces. Okay, just for those of you who are curious, for those of you who have had an experience and you just don't really know if it was real or not, or maybe you don't know if it was a good entity or, you know, a dark entity, a light or a dark entity, whether it was an archangel. Maybe those of you may just want to know, you know, who's with you now. It just depends on what comes out for you. This is for all signs of Pisces. If this reading does not resonate, please check out your other signs, as I have also read for all signs of those zodiac, okay? Also remember, as a reminder, these are general messages, so it's not going to resonate 100%, okay? At least not with all of you. But I intend for it to resonate in some way, shape, or form. So we're going to go ahead and see here, Pisces. What type of spiritual encounters have you experienced before in your past? Or if you're experiencing it now, what does that entail? Okay. My beautiful Pisces people, for their spirit and ghostly encounters in their lives. Let's see. Okay, we have the card Parsley of Death. And that can mean a lot of things. It can just mean transformation, right? It could mean actual death of a loved one. This is someone who has died, okay? Bottom of the deck, we have time for courage. There is a spirit here that you've encountered of transformation. They are here. Now this can be a god or a goddess of death, okay? Death and transformation and rebirth, who has entered your life at some point, either in the past or currently. They are here to facilitate death and rebirth in your life, okay? This can be a death of a relationship. This can be a death of a cycle in a relationship with someone. This can be the death of a job or death of a cycle within your job or career. This can also mean physical death, where you may have faced, and I'm getting past energy for a lot of you, where you have actually faced death in some way, shape, or form. Whether it was brought on by your own hand or an accident. There are those of you, Pisces, you've had a near-death experience. And that has changed you. It would change anyone, right? There are those of you, it took a lot of courage to face death. Some of you may have decided, you know what, this is just my time. I'm just going to go with it, right? Others of you had to have the courage to traverse that plane for a little bit, right? And then to come back into your body. For those of you, I'm still talking about those of you who have had a near-death experience. Now, others of you, there is a spirit here who, okay, there are two things I'm getting. For those of you, there is a number of spirits, or there is a spirit here who is helping you through this time of transformation in your life. This is going to be for the greater good of your life. Okay, you're going to be bigger, stronger, brighter, and you're going through this transition of death and rebirth. And it is going to take a lot of courage, Pisces, a lot of faith, committing to your path no matter how challenging it becomes in this process, okay? There can be a situation in your life now where you are being challenged in ways that you've never been challenged before. And again, death doesn't always have to be like this big, grand, grueling situation, but it still feels like you're mourning a loss of who you were or what your life was, right? There's just new challenges that you have to face now. And it may seem very daunting and scary. And that's okay. It's okay. It doesn't have to be as detrimental as the cards can make it seem. Okay, or that people may make it seem. But Pisces, others of you, there is a spirit guide. No, I'm sorry. Let me say that again. There is a spirit or a number of spirits who actually need your help. Now, this is for those of you, Pisces, who are psychic, those of you who are into mysticism, witchcraft, who actually work with spirits to move on, or to move on in their journey, wherever they are in their journey. Okay, whether it's moving on to the light, whether it's just moving on in their journey, maybe they're lost, or they just, because just understand this, Pisces, even as a witch and as an empath, there are spirits who have approached me needing help. Okay, not just passed on people who have died. There are spirits who have come my way needing my help. Okay, and just on their journey, not so much about them dying and trying to find the light. It's just, they're stuck in their journey, or they just need to find their way, So some of you guys, if you are somewhat of a spiritual guide in some way, there are some spirits that come to you every once in a while needing your help. And they may be afraid. And in some ways, you kind of show them how to have courage along their journey. And this can be through astral projection. This can be through dreams or visitations in your sleep, visions, what have you. Okay. It all depends on what you're dealing with. Okay. So everything that I've described in the past, like 5 minutes of your reading, take what resonates, throw away what doesn't. Okay. It's totally fine. So we're going to pull 3 more oracle messages, and then we're going to dig into the tarot. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and see here what is the energy of this spirit, like what is it that they want you to feel, or what type of energies do they bring to the table to you? Okay. Because it seems like the energy of death, it could be an angel of death, it could be a god or goddess of death. They're here to really cause some upheaval in your life, or to really change something and turn it around completely, so that you can transform. Because we're down here not so much to just live and exist. We're here to transform. Yes, we're here to enjoy. We're here to create heaven on earth and, whatever. But we're also here to improve our souls, so that the next time we decide to reincarnate, or for those of you who believe in reincarnation, we are new and improved, and we are better fit to face other newer challenges within that lifetime. Okay, or within the spirit realm. And also, I say this, Pisces, I'm just sharing this because I just feel like it's important for those of you who are spiritual guides, either to other people or other spirits. It's okay to pray for other spirits on the other side. I think that sometimes in secular religion, or, certain religions, like, makes it seem like spirits are far beyond what humans are capable of, which they are, but there are some spirits who definitely need our prayers. There are certain spirits that are out there who are lost and who need a home, or they need a place to thrive, or they need a place to belong. It depends on the spirit, right? They need help transcending, or they need help leveling up. And sometimes I don't know why I'm sharing this with you, Pisces, but some of you guys maybe you're dealing with this, you know, and you may, I don't know, maybe you're encountering this. Okay. So let's see who the spirit is, or at least let's see what type of energies they're bringing to the table for you, Pisces, or what they did bring to the table in your past. My beautiful Pisces people, what spiritual or ghostly encounters, what are their energies towards Pisces? Okay, we have rest. Yeah. So this is about death, physical death, for like somebody died. This is someone who has gone through physical death, leaving their body. Yeah, peace. Look at this. Funeral, like all that happened, okay? There is someone who has passed away in your life, Pisces, or there is a spirit who has visited you. You don't know who they are, okay? Maybe they were in your house. They were, you know, like maybe they were haunting your house, or they were just dwelling in your house, making things move around. Maybe you heard footsteps. You know, you could maybe, you know, you felt like somebody was sitting next to you, or sitting in a certain chair that, you know, was in your house, or sitting on your bed, whatever, you know, or somebody who was kind of, you know, roaming around your property outside. This is a person who is attached either to your property, to your family. Okay, this does not have to be necessarily someone that you know personally who passed away. It could be, okay? I'm really getting someone who has passed away at some point. You know what I mean? They died, they had a funeral, they had a burial or cremation, whatever. And again, I'm getting the sense that this person may have needed help moving into this rest state spiritually. Maybe the herb of parsley may help them, or help you, you know, with this spiritual encounter, whether it happened in the past or it's happening now. I don't feel that this spirit, maybe they are at peace now. If this happened in the past, maybe they finally were at peace. Maybe you helped them in some way, shape, or form. But others of you, there are those of you, this is a passed on loved one. And I get the sense for some of you Pisces, they may have died abruptly. Like, again, it wasn't expected. They were just faced with it, and they were like, okay, I see what's happening now. You know, maybe it took them a minute to figure out, like, where am I at? You know, like, they had to, like, figure out how to be in the present moment. And when they figured out, whoa, okay, I'm dead, they finally were like, okay, I gotta, you know, this is just what it is. I accept it. It's almost like this person, if this is a passed on loved one or someone that you've known, and you don't really know what happened to their soul when they passed away, they're okay. Like they're definitely at peace. But the process of death and how it happened, they were just like, what? You know, how did I get here? They may have had some help along the way, though, where there were some other entities or spirits who were like, okay, let's just explain. You know, like that's what I'm getting. It's like that energy of like somebody, they weren't afraid. They were just kind of like taken aback. They were like, whoa, I'm actually like, I'm gone. Like, I'm not alive anymore. Like, that's a lot to process, you know, like think about it. Like if this were you, and some of you guys, this was you, where you found yourself in the afterlife, for those of you who had a near-death experience, and it took you a minute to like comprehend what was happening, and maybe you, Pisces, were the one that was like, oh shit, like this is what it's like to die. And then at some point you got tossed back into your body after having a conversation or after seeing some things, okay? But this person who's passed away, whether you knew them personally or not, this person had to kind of have some courage and just be like, okay, I accept it. You know, I can rest now, you know, because this person could have had the opportunity to go back into their body. But I feel that this person was like, what's the best option here for me, right? They made a, I'm just getting a sense that if some of you guys are dealing with a passed on loved one or someone who died, who was like haunting your house, they had to make a decision. And maybe they, for those of you, if there's a spirit haunting your house, this spirit really had to think about, for a while, they were just kind of like roaming around your property because they lived there possibly, or they died there, and they were still trying to process their passing. And so maybe somehow you were able to help them move on and just accept it. But others of you, if you had a passed on loved one and they're not really haunting your property or anything or whatever, it just took them a minute, and they may have had to make a decision, like a really strong decision, to leave you behind, because maybe personally in their life they were not at peace at all, and they may have seen a way to finally be at peace and not have to worry about other people, or worry about you, or worry about, they're just like, I can just watch over you or watch over my Pisces in a different way without feeling worried, and bared down about it. I hope I'm making sense. So let's see, Pisces. Let's pull some oracle messages. I've got 2 more oracle messages to pull for you guys, for your spiritual encounters in your past or currently in your life now, for my beautiful Pisces people, for their spirit and ghostly encounters. My beautiful Pisces people. Okay, you have sea creatures, immersion. It's interesting that this is water, and I see dolphins, and in some cultures, dolphins are actually they assist souls. When they die, they assist them into another dimension, right? Especially new souls that are coming here to this planet after, moving on from their life in another life. They, dolphins bring those souls. Like the ocean and water in a lot of cultures has a lot to do. It's a connection to passed on loved ones, or it's a connection between our world and the spirit realm, okay? And it says immersion. So there are those of you did experience a near-death experience. Others of you really are immersed in the realm of spirit. Some of you guys are actually really immersed in your emotions here, okay? But this spirit, they've accepted where they are. They may even see things differently in the spirit realm now than they did when they were alive, Pisces. We have stone people knowing, so they've definitely wisened up a little bit. They've grown. They've become more patient. They've become more grounded as a soul. Their death was not in vain. Their death was, it helped them. It may sound weird to say that, but their death really did help them. It may not have helped, other people that they left behind, whether you know this person or not. If this is a person that left you behind and you miss them, just understand that their death was more than just death. It was something that is growing them, and it grew them, okay? But if this is someone that you don't really know and they haunted your house for a while, it's because they had a hard time. If you felt like there was somebody in your house growing up, or on your property, or you just kind of felt like you were being watched, or you felt like there was just other beings in your home besides you and your family, or besides you and your significant other or whatever, it's because there probably was. And those souls were just kind of stuck. And that was because they chose to be stuck, or maybe they just didn't know how to move forward and they needed help, okay? All right. I'm getting a lot of almost like darkness when they passed away, or maybe when you passed away for a split second and came back, like there was like this darkness, or maybe it just felt like you were underwater. It was just a lot of shapes, a lot of different muffled sounds or something like that. It just felt very otherworldly for that person, or for you, depends on who had this death experience. All right, let's pull one more oracle message for you guys, and then we're going to get into the tarot for my beautiful Pisces people. For their ghostly and spirit encounters in the past or currently. Yep, okay. Okay. You have the direction guardian, choose your path. So this person, when they passed away, there was a direction guardian that met them. There was a guardian or a god or a goddess or a spirit guide who met them, and they were just like, okay, what do you want to do? So this person did have a choice. They did have a choice to come back. Just like, and if this is for those of you where you had a choice to come back to your body, if you had a near-death experience, Pisces, there was a spirit that met you, whether you remember it or not. There was a spirit guide who met you, and they could have been in the form of an animal, okay, a person, an energy, where they were just like, okay, you have a choice here. You're here, but here's a threshold, okay? Once you pass this threshold or you step over this threshold, there's no turning back. So you decide. And I think that you chose to stay, to go back to your body, okay? This spirit guide or this being was very, very clear, okay? It's like, once you step past that, there's no going back. You're just stuck here, okay? And you're just gonna have to move forward with that. And you chose to come back. Now, for others of you, if you have a passed on loved one, or if this is a passed on person that may have, you've encountered, like a ghost or something of an unknown person that you don't really know, they had a choice. They were met with a choice at some point. And there was a guardian, once again, who said, okay, either you choose. Now, for those of you who are dealing with past people who already were dead, maybe they were haunting your house or you just came across them in someone else's home or in your life, they were already passed on, but they hadn't really made a decision to move on. But if this is a person that you know who was passed on recently and you don't really know what happened in between that time of them, passing and, getting into the spirit realm, they were met with a person here or a guardian who, like I said, was helping them, and they decided that your passed on loved one decided to pass that threshold and stay in the spirit realm. That's just what I'm getting. Okay. It's not that they couldn't come back into their body and they didn't have a choice. They had a choice. And they chose not to come back. I'm also getting that there's a spirit guide for you, Pisces, that is showing you direction in your life. Like I said, if this is your career or a relationship in your life that really did not go well and it left you feeling hurt, there was a direction guardian there with you saying, hey, you're either going to stay stuck in your emotions and be sad and broken, or you're going to pick yourself back up and move forward. What are you going to do? Move forward or move backwards, right? And this person could be present in your life as a guardian. Okay. It's interesting that card wanted to fly out for you guys. Yep, and then we have Wise One. That's the card that I was supposed to, I guess that if I split the deck, that would have been the card. But you have Wise One. So Pisces says grow within your current situation. So for those of you who are struggling in your life with a relationship or with a job or with a career choice, or with your family or just with your self-esteem, your spirituality, what have you, this spirit guide is here. There's a spirit guide here who's like, this is not going to change. We're not going to make things better for you. We're just going to make you walk the line. We're going to make you keep pushing through the discomfort here so that you can come out of it stronger. Okay? This spirit guide is not here to help things feel better. They're not here to make you feel better. They're here to encourage you to keep pushing, no matter how challenging this situation is. Things will not get better if you continue to stay stuck. Okay? In the process, you need to make sure you're comforting yourself and loving yourself, okay? There are those of you, there is a mother here, a passed on mother. She knows best. And it could have been that your mother was the one that made this choice to move on to the afterlife and pass that threshold. Okay. Very, very beautiful here, Pisces. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot. We're going to pull 3 tarot messages, and then we're going to clarify them. And then we'll be done with your reading. Okay? My beautiful Pisces people, for their spirit and ghostly encounters in their lives, in the past, or currently in their lives today. 3 cards from the top of the deck for my beautiful Pisces people, my beautiful Pisces souls. For their ghost and spiritual encounters. Some of you guys, this guardian is actually a woman, okay? It doesn't have to be your mother, but this is a woman. She's presenting herself as a feminine energy, okay? Or the guardian, for those of you who had a near-death experience, there was a woman that presented herself to you, okay? Whether in an animal form or in an actual female, like human female body or visage. You have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is all of the Knight of Pentacles is all about staying the course. It's all about staying on your path, no matter how challenging it becomes. It's not about fast forwarding, and it's not about rewinding. Like, this Knight is here to just learn and grow and improve on their journey, whether it's a male or female, whether you're male or female. This Knight is fervent. He's determined. He or she's determined. They're ready for anything. Right? They're still here to offer guidance for you. This can also be a form of your spirit guide here. They're not here to make things happen quicker, and they're not here to slow anything down. They're just here to be, they're just saying steady as you go. This is uncomfortable. This is, frustrating, yes, but like, get through it. Each step that you take every single day towards the light at the end of the tunnel gets you closer to the end of that cycle, right? Whatever it is that you're dealing with in your life, with your career, finances, relationships, family, friendships, your health, your self-esteem, love of yourself, your home, what have you, okay? Now, others of you, if this is a passed on loved one, and this is not a spirit guide guiding you in your life today, this is your passed on loved one, or this passed on person who had to kind of take some time in the afterlife, had to take some time in the spiritual plane, in that other dimension. They had to take their time to process what had happened to them. Yep, see, death is here. Death is here. Sometimes death comes temporarily. Some people see death more than once. Some people have more than one near-death experience, okay? For some people. Death is here, whether in a transformative energy when it comes to what's going on in your life now, Pisces, or death has come for you in a near-death experience, or it has already come from a family member in your past, and they may have really been holding on to some things in their life, but death was here to assist them in letting go. Death comes when we have a hard time letting something go. Death is here to assist us, okay? It's an assistant. It's a guide, okay? So Pisces, yeah, we have the Queen of Cups. It's interesting that Aquarius got this too, but this can be you. This can be, again, this mother figure, or this woman, this feminine energy, this water energy. Okay, if you guys have Aquarius in your chart, definitely check out Aquarius's reading. But Pisces, you're being guided to let go of anything, fear, negative constructs in your mind, relationships that no longer serve you, a job that's no longer serving you, financial situations that are no longer serving you, that need to improve, a living situation that needs to improve. Death is here to kind of swipe it from under you so that you can start afresh and grow in abundant soil. to stick your roots into better soil. It's like gardening, you know, so you have to till the ground, right? You have to kind of destroy or mess up the ground a little bit so that you can give your plants breathing, like more air and more breathing room, so that your roots are not just being, you know, squeezed together by that solid earth, right? Sometimes you got to break it up a little bit. So that's kind of what death is here to do for you in your life. It's kind of here to break up the soil a little bit so that you can dig your roots a little bit deeper, dig your roots into some more abundant soil. It's like repotting a plant, right? Sometimes it depends on the plant and their personality. They may go into shock and be like, I don't feel good, I don't like this, you know, and they may not like the pot that you put them in. They were comfortable in the pot that they were in before. But then there are some plants who are just like, yeah, this is good for me. I like this. This really feels comfortable. And they just come back like normal. Other plants may take some time and actually end up dying because, you know, again, they were full of fear and it was too much for them, right? So which plant do you want to be? The universe is trying to repot you, right? What are you going to do? Are you going to freeze up and do nothing? Or are you actually going to take that as an opportunity for growth and improvement? Because for those of you who had a passed on loved one or dealt with someone who passed away, whether you knew them or not, and they may have met you at some point in your dreams or something, or in your home, this person had to make a choice too in the afterlife, either to grow and improve themselves or to stay stuck. Yep, bottom of the deck. Like I said, there are those of you who have Aquarius in your chart big time. Some of you guys are dealing with a Scorpio or a Taurus or an Aquarius, or you have these signs in your chart. Let's clarify these cards here for my beautiful Pisces people for their ghostly and spiritual encounters. Clarify these beautiful cards here for my beautiful Pisces people. Yeah, your passed on loved one. I'm really getting mother vibes for some of you, or maybe an older sister, a grandmother. They're okay. Yeah, a lot of hurt and pain. This passed on loved one, you were hurt when they passed away. They were hurt too when they found out where they were. They were hurt too. Because again, I get the sense that this person who died, it happened abruptly. It just happened like that, and they were just like, ah, shit, I'm here. And they had to make a decision to leave you behind, and that could have been the hardest thing that they could have done, but they did it. They made that tough decision. And now they're here to offer you assistance now through your toughest times in your life, Pisces. They're still here with you. Sagittarius of the Eight of Wands, so they are definitely communicating with you, Pisces. This person is communicating with you. If this is something that happened in your past in like a haunted house, or your house was haunted or something by someone or a group of spirits, they were communicating with you because they had died abruptly. And maybe you were seeing things that other people weren't seeing and hearing things that other people weren't hearing. It's because these spirits, maybe you were having some weird dreams that other people weren't having in your household, but these spirits were trying to communicate with you. They were just like, we want to move on. We don't want to be here. We're stuck, right? Yep, there you go, Pisces. This could have happened when you were a kid. Okay, others of you, you're getting some spiritual downloads or some communication from this soul, from this passed on loved one, or a passed on person or a spirit guide. There's someone who died. There's someone who died for sure in your home, or someone that you lived with, a family member, a passed on significant other, a friend who's like lonely. They were kind of left in the spirit realm to really think and contemplate on some things by themselves. They weren't really by themselves. They still had like animal spirits or like spirit guides here who were like, okay, we're here with you, but we need you to be in this quiet place right now so that you can process everything that's happened to you. Because in their waking life, they could have had a lot of wounds and a lot of worries, right? And maybe they finally got a break and they just didn't know how to process it when it happened. It was just a shock to them just as much as it was to you and your family or you and your friends when this person died or passed away. Okay, Pisces, this person has or will become a spirit guide to you. They're communicating with you a lot. They love you a lot. They're at peace, or they will be at peace very soon. But their death was just as hard for them as it was for you and your family and other people who knew them. Okay? Those are the messages that I have for you, Pisces, regarding your spiritual or ghostly encounters in your life. Much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, Pisces.